It was an August morning in 1997 when the small town of Cedarville, Colorado, woke up to the chilling news that would haunt them for decades to come. Lindsey Albertson, a bright and vivacious 20-year-old, had vanished without a trace during her daily bike ride. The disappearance of Lindsey Albertson remains one of the most perplexing and eerie mysteries in American history. Lindsey was known for her striking beauty and chestnut hair that flowed like a river of silk in the sunlight. She had a zest for life and a loving family, which included her mother Linda and stepfather Richard. Lindsey's mornings began with a routine bike ride along route, a peaceful stretch of road with scenic views of the countryside. It was a ride she cherished, a time for solitude and reflection. On that fateful August morning, Lindsey had kissed her mother goodbye, promising to return in an hour, as was her custom. She set off on her bike, her Walkman playing her favorite tunes, and disappeared into the quiet Colorado landscape. But when an hour turned into 2, then 3, and Lindsey failed to return, Linda grew increasingly concerned. A massive search operation was launched, with locals, law enforcement, and volunteers scouring the vast rural terrain. But days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, with no sign of Lindsey. Her family's anguish was unbearable, and it held on to hope, desperate for answers. Months later, the first eerie clue emerged. In a convenience store parking lot, a Polaroid photo was discovered. The disturbing image depicted a young girl and a boy, both bound and gagged, lying in the back of a van. The girl bore an uncanny resemblance to Lindsey Albertson, down to her distinctive scar above her left eyebrow. The photograph was chillingly enigmatic. It gave no indication of where it had been taken or by whom. Speculation ran rampant. Some believed the photograph was authentic, suggesting Lindsey had been abducted, while others argued it might have been a cruel hoax. Law enforcement took the photograph seriously and launched an investigation, but it yielded no definitive answers. As the years passed, the case grew cold, and the town of Cedarville began to lose hope. Lindsey's family, however, never gave up. They continued to press for answers, pleading with the public to help find their beloved daughter. Then, in 2006, an astonishing discovery reignited the mystery. A container washed ashore in California containing a woman's shoe with a bone fragment inside. DNA testing confirmed the bone belonged to a human, but it wasn't conclusive evidence of Lindsey's fate. The discovery raised more questions than answers. Over the years, numerous sightings and tips poured in from around the country, each offering a glimmer of hope but leading to dead ends. Conspiracy theories and dark rumors circulated, adding to the mystique surrounding Lindsey's disappearance. Some believed she had been taken by a powerful and sinister organization, while others suspected she had fallen victim to a serial predator. The truth behind Lindsey Albertson's disappearance remains shrouded in uncertainty. Was she abducted against her will? Did she escape and assume a new identity haunted by the memories of her past? Or did she meet a tragic end on that desolate stretch of highway? Today, Lindsey Albertson's case remains unsolved, an enduring enigma that haunts the town of Cedarville and the hearts of her family and loved ones. Her story serves as a chilling reminder that, sometimes, the most terrifying mysteries are the ones that defy explanation, leaving us to wonder what darkness lurks in the shadows of our world. In the scorching Australian summer of 1998, Melbourne was a city ablaze with excitement and anticipation. The shimmering sands of St. Kilda Beach beckoned families, promising a day of sun, surf, and laughter. But for the Anderson family, a seemingly ordinary trip to the beach on December 15th would become the harrowing backdrop to a real-life spooky story that continues to haunt the nation to this day. John and Susan Anderson, devoted parents to Emily, Liam, and Olivia, decided to treat their children to a day of fun and frolic at St. Kilda. The 3 Anderson children, aged 8, 6, and 3, were full of life and eager to make the most of their summer holiday. With their neatly packed lunches, colorful towels, and eager smiles. They were the picture of innocence as they set out that fateful morning. Arriving at the beach, the children wasted no time building sandcastles and splashing in the waves. It was a carefree day filled with laughter and joy. But as the sun began to dip below the horizon and the shadows lengthened, a sinister presence descended upon St. Kilda. Witnesses later recalled seeing the Anderson children playing with a tall, blonde, and well-dressed man who seemed friendly and approachable. His identity, however, remained shrouded in mystery to this day. The man was the last person seen with Emily, Liam, and Olivia. The siblings were seen walking away from the beach, hand in hand with this enigmatic stranger, leaving behind their possessions and a trail of unanswered questions. Hours passed, and the Anderson children never returned home. Panic and dread gripped their parents' hearts as they realized that their beloved offspring had vanished without a trace. The alarm was raised, and what followed was one of the largest and most exhaustive missing persons investigations in Australian history. Despite a massive manhunt and a relentless search effort, there was no sign of Emily, Liam, and Olivia. The chilling mystery only deepened as investigators pieced together the last known movements of the Anderson children. The man they had been seen with remained elusive, and despite numerous leads and possible sightings, he was never apprehended or identified. Over the years, the Anderson case has become a haunting symbol of the inexplicable and the macabre. Sightings and rumors have abounded, but the fate of the three siblings remains unknown. Their parents, John and Susan, never gave up hope, but they were haunted by the agonizing uncertainty of their children's fate until their deaths. To this day, the disappearance of Emily, Liam, and Olivia Anderson remains one of Australia's most baffling and spine-chilling unsolved mysteries. St. Kilda Beach, once a place of laughter and innocence, now stands as a haunting reminder of the day when three young souls vanished into the unknown, leaving behind a nation forever haunted by their eerie and unexplained disappearance. The story of Vanessa White's disappearance remains one of the most baffling mysteries in the annals of true crime. It all began with an email that sent shockwaves through her family and friends. A few days before the incident, Vanessa's parents noticed a change in their daughter's behavior. She appeared anxious and fearful, but when questioned about her worries, Vanessa remained tight-lipped. Then, on the 11th of July in 2007, Vanessa sent a cryptic email to her professors and employers, claiming that she needed to leave due to the death of a family member. However, there was no such death in the family. Why Vanessa concocted this lie remains an enigma that haunts her loved ones to this day. That evening, the inexplicable took a sinister turn when Vanessa White was involved in a car accident. She veered off the road and crashed into a tree, leaving her vehicle damaged and herself disoriented. What made this incident even more mystifying was that just 2 days before, she had been in another car accident. It was as if an unseen force was pushing her towards an unknown destiny. A witness to the accident, a truck driver, felt compelled to offer assistance to the distressed young woman. He approached Vanessa, concerned for her well-being, and offered to call the police or provide help in any way he could. However, Vanessa adamantly declined any aid. Her refusal struck the truck driver as odd, and he couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly amiss. Intrigued and worried for the young woman's safety, the truck driver decided to make the responsible choice and contacted the local police. He reported the accident and described Vanessa's behavior, including her apparent distress. Little did he know that this call would set in motion one of the most perplexing and enduring mysteries in American history. When the police arrived at the scene of the accident, they were met with an eerie emptiness. Vanessa White had vanished without a trace, leaving her damaged car behind. Initially, authorities entertained the idea that Vanessa might have hitchhiked her way out of the area, seeking assistance from a passing stranger. This theory seemed plausible given her refusal of help from the truck driver. The situation grew even more baffling when, a day later, Vanessa's boyfriend, who lived in Arizona, received a voice message from her. The message was disjointed, with Vanessa's voice quivering as if she were sobbing. The cryptic message added fuel to the fire of suspicion that something sinister had befallen the young woman. Vanessa's parents were convinced that their daughter had been kidnapped, perhaps by someone she had encountered during her troubled journey. They held on to hope that she was being kept against her will in some unknown place. The police launched a massive search effort, but as the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, it became painfully clear that Vanessa White had seemingly vanished into thin air. Over a dozen years have passed since that fateful night in 2007, and the disappearance of Vanessa White remains an unsolved mystery that continues to haunt investigators and amateur sleuths alike. The enigmatic email, the 2 car accidents, the cryptic phone message, all of these puzzle pieces have yet to form a coherent picture of what happened to Vanessa that night. Theories abound, from abduction to voluntary disappearance, and even speculation about the possibility of Vanessa suffering from a mental health crisis. Yet, despite countless investigations, interviews, and searches, no concrete evidence or leads have emerged to shed light on the fate of Vanessa White. Her story stands as a chilling reminder that sometimes, even in the age of advanced technology and relentless investigation, mysteries can remain shrouded in darkness, leaving behind only unanswered questions and a haunting sense of loss.